Time goes by fast. All righty, kids. We are now on Frank's. Frank's awe is exactly how we feel about this show today. Hi, welcome to Jason Spotlight and recap. I'm in my room. All righty, kids. Okay, shut up, James. Shut up, James. Okay, my room's in middle of reconstruction right now. I'm actually, after 2 years of sitting like this for 2 years, I'm changing everything. So I'm doing it, Frank. I've been sitting in this position for 2 years. I'm moving stuff around. So I'm going to be doing that probably not the rest of today. I'll probably sleep after this, but at some point finish what I was doing. Well, hello, Frank Moran.
James Lott Jr., I'm excited to see how the background's going to change. Now, where can I see James Lott Jr. next?
Where in the world is James Lott Jr.? Exactly. I'm going to be changing some stuff. I'm changing stuff around. So I'm changing my desk. I'm changing all kinds of stuff. I'm just kind of like, why is he sitting over here in the corner? You can't see him. My koala. I don't know why you can't see him. So
let's see him. Don't waste his time.
I know, exactly. He's over there. So I'm gonna do something. I got my other people over here. But we're working it out. So we're back, you guys. We're back. Last week I had no Wi-Fi. I had problems that whole day. Oh my God, it was just we're slaves, Frank, to technology. We're slaves.
Very true. And you're thinking 2022, we would be having more reliable sources of internet. But you're right. If it goes away, then you'll find me curled up somewhere in the fetal position, rocking back and forth. Just a little bit. I gotta get it. I go.
Eating your hair. Exactly. One other thing too, folks. If you don't, okay, so for AT&T, I think they started this already. It's all about 5G. I don't know about that, Frank. You hear about that? Where everything's switching to 5G. So if you don't have a phone that's compatible, they said the phone just stopped working.
Thankfully, I'm right up there. I'm Mr. 5G right now.
Me too. I have an iPhone 11, so I'm not as old as my other ones I had. As old as I think it said iPhone 6 or 8 and back. You can't your phone just stop working, Frank. Just stop working. I'm like, how do you do that? How do you do that? Your word phone just stop working.
For me, the one thing in life that I stay absolutely current on is our phones. I'm always, as soon as the next model's out, go.
Yes, exactly.
I'm this is with me so much. Why not have it be always current?
That's true. I know you're missing Frank's rap. I found the music kind of, but not really. So that's me. We're still working on that.
You know what? And I will repeat again. Everybody wants this so bad, but when you hear it again, you're gonna be like, why did we want this? This is garbage.
Oh my God, I love it. Amelia Aaron, you saw me at Barnes & Noble. Okay, you saw my Argyle sweater. Yes, I was bringing the 80s back. I wore an Argyle sweater because it fit. That's why I wore it. Yes, I saw Krista Allen yesterday, my friend. So yesterday, you go on my social media, all of them. Me and Frank was talking about this. I moderated and hosted an event for Sean Kanan, ex-AJ, for you guys, for this crowd. And it was a lot of fun. We had a great turnout. Carolyn Hennessy was there, our buddy Diane, she was there, and many others. Just go on my social media, any of them, and I almost said iTunes, the wrong thing, and on social media, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. I've been posting videos and stuff. It was a great event. His book is called Way of the Cobra. It's a really great book for self-help. But we had a great talk, meeting. We joked, we laughed, we cried. Everything, no emotion was left untouched. It was great. But it was a great event at Barnes & Noble at the Grove. Go to bookstores. I love bookstores, Frank. I love the smell of books. I love bookstores. I do.
That's true. There's a lot of good stuff to find in there.
I do. And the new Amoeba. I saw the new Amoeba is on it's near Hollywood and Vine. I was like, that's where Amoeba is? I need to go in there. Speaking of Amoeba, if you ever come to LA, folks, go to Amoeba. It's in the corner of Hollywood and I think it's Argyle. Like that. It's over there now.
Oh, cool. I mean, I knew they made that move, but I've not been over to the new location.
Yeah, it's by the Pantages Theater and a W Hotel. So right there.
That's cool.
The train is right there. The red line. If you take the red line, folks, just walk right up and walk over, and there it is. So speaking of places that have that smell, like kind of like vinyl and video smell, like yes, I love it. But thank you guys. If you guys came, so you say you were there, so I didn't see you, but nice that you came. It was a great event. And you can check out his book area. But just check my social media, you'll see all the folks who came, and we got pictures of people, and you'll see me in my Argyle sweater, just trying to do my thing. So,
did you autograph anybody's chest, James?
Did I do what?
Autograph anybody's chest?
There were some panties thrown, and yes, it was a wild time at 2:00 in the afternoon on a Saturday. Yes, exactly. Yes, not at all. So no chests were drawn on or anything. So yes, it was a really warm day yesterday in Los Angeles. It was beautiful. It was very warm. So it's very nice.
Oh, look at that!
First time out in 2 years like that. So yes, it was kind of crazy. Yeah, background makeover. I'm gonna totally change the metaphor. I'm doing something. I'm working on something.
But folks, if you have ideas, send them to James.
I didn't say that.
He might use your background idea.
See, Frank knows I have no shame. I did not say that. So don't say no ideas. I didn't say that. I have my own ideas. I'll need yours. Let's get started. Everybody. Hello, everybody. Thanks for coming in. 12 people keep coming in. Great. We're going to start off with the storyline that everybody's talking about because it is creepy as fuck, but I love it. I'm all in. It's daddy-daughter time, Frank. Daddy-daughter. It's Esme and Ryan Chamberlain.
Hooray.
We predicted this a long time ago. We said probably daughter. We said that.
I guess I'm happy to have it starting now. It's just like, it's been just dragging out for so dang long. So that when they finally got her in there and into his room, we could actually have a conversation where Ryan could actually say something back. I was like, finally we're going somewhere with this.
Frank, I want to know how you feel about this. Let me recreate this for a second. Daddy, you like when I call you that, don't you?
Oh, baby.
At first I was like, are they going that direction? I was like, where are they going there? And then
grooming in the daytime.
I know. I was like, okay. And then when he first said, what are you doing? I started laughing. I said, oh, he can speak. Okay. But then when he got out of, then that orderly was like, she's smoking hot, blah, blah, blah. I was like, you better be careful. You better be careful, because Ryan will take care of you in a second. But then when he got out of the wheelchair, were you surprised? Did you know he was fully recovered? Or did you think he'd be partially? I thought he'd be partially. I didn't know he was fully recovered.
No, I was like, all right, which I'm glad that they moved him that far along in retrospect. But I would have thought it would have been like, oh, now I can start to move, and as the storyline would have progressed, he would have been able to do more and more. But I like that they just went to like, nope, I'm good to go now.
He's good to go. Well, first when he snatched her, ooh, left a bruise on her hand. I was like, ooh, okay, he snatched her. Don't get smart with daddy. He was like, don't get smart with daddy. Mm-mm.
You've earned my trust again. Yeah.
And then when she pulled away, he started smiling like, I kind of like that. I'm like, okay, what kinky mess is going on here on my daytime TV? I was like, what is going on here? I'm like, he was smiling. That's my little girl. I'm like, okay, that's creepy. I'm like, okay, that's creepy. But John Lindstrom, gotta give it to him. He is the man.
Yes.
He is the man.
I am glad that they're giving him some more stuff to do, which is great. Always more John Lindstrom is welcome. So
I agree.
I will be curious to, again, just, obsessed with Ava. So, I don't know. Like a little Esme goes such a long way with me that while I'm glad to see some more Ryan and we're getting to find out what the connection is with Esme, now that we got to, I'm hoping they don't drag this out with whatever Esme is trying to do with Nicholas and Ava.
Well, see, no, but I'm going to give you something. I think because they are mentioning the whole Cassadine thing. They mentioned the wedding, the renewal ceremony again suddenly. Plus, the other folks are on the case too. I feel like maybe they are coming. Maybe it will be sooner. Maybe things will be sooner.
Yeah, it feels like that vow renewal is a nice big, target date for a big event for things to happen. So, I
if
hope
they
so.
do
But, yeah, if it becomes another meeting of the five families deal, where it's coming. It's coming.
It was lackluster. Yeah, I know. But I'm hoping, I'm trying to think of some faith and go, okay, if they do it correctly, I love a big thing happening at a big thing.
Yes.
So that could be, but here we go. So we got Esme already kind of planting some seeds in there, talking to Nicholas about Spence always talks so highly of it's always, it's just not about Ava, but it's about you, how you guys just be you and him against the world.
Oh, brother.
She's feeding in there. But my thing is, I'm hoping, I like when Ava and Nicholas are sticking together.
Yes. But I don't know. And I'd really have to think like when Tyler Christopher was playing Nicholas. But like, I don't know. For some reason, at least this version, while I like this Nicholas, he just doesn't seem very smart to me.
No.
He doesn't quite have that Cassadine shrewdness that I'm used to seeing and others. Maybe that's because he's also Laura's son as well too. So who knows? Maybe it all gets mixed up and it results in a Cassadine that is not quite as shrewd as others. But who knows? But for whatever reason, it just Nicholas always seems like the goofus of the Cassadine family. So I'm just like, all right, come on, Nicholas, can't you be smarter to figure out what the deal is with Esme? But we'll see.
Now people in the chat room, of course, everybody, and I talked to Tammy Govea today about this too. Everybody's like, well, who's the mother, of course? So I have no idea. I have no idea. Or is he Kevin's daughter, not really Ryan's? I'm going to go with them. So I'm just going to go with it that he's Ryan's daughter from somebody, who knows who it is, makes it be real, and that she's going to try to wreak havoc. That's all.
Yeah. I gotta mention, Ryan's had, has hooked up with many women throughout the years when he was on the lam. When everybody thought he was dead, but he really wasn't. So could have easily gotten somebody pregnant and then, after the birth killed her or
right.
Yeah.
Who knows? Like we'll find out. And they're saying a lot of folks think that when we see Esme's not really into Spencer, it's all part of the plan. So maybe they're saying she'll seduce Nicholas somehow.
That just seems so bonkers to me.
Yes, me too.
But it seems like that's the way to go, because if he's, if Ryan's wanting her to break the two of them up,
yes,
it seems like an obvious play. Flatter him and try to see if you can make your way in.
Well, I'm saying Ava's a smart one of the two, so hopefully maybe Ava will pick up on it, and they will and maybe they'll work together and trick. I'm hoping. I'm writing a story that probably won't happen, Frank, but I was hoping. Because they played it that Ava's smarter than him, obviously, and it's always kept them together, so to speak. And they are stronger together. Even with the Victor thing, because she's doing the whole Victor thing because Laura and her are on to Victor a little bit too. So I kind of like them against the world. I kind of like them hanging in there together because Nicholas doesn't seem that smart. So
I agree, and I don't. This is such a great pairing.
Yes,
that I don't want that. Yes, put in potential conflict and drama for sure, but as you were saying, I like it when it is them against external factors, and it's not between the two of them. That's just it's just it's a great mixture of characters, and I just don't want them to break them up.
I agree. I totally agree with that. So you have that. So there's I love this new umbrella story where everybody's trying to get Victor.
Yeah.
Like everybody's trying to get to say it. But meanwhile, Esme wasn't done there. We pick up because last week we weren't here. Esme played the tape in the classroom. Oh my God. Oh my God. That part was tired. But the part that made me laugh, though, folks, when Trina walks in and Esme tries to turn on Trina was like, hold up, bitches. Now she's coming after me. And that's when Trina was like, no, I got this, people. No, now she's coming after me. And when she was like, what was the line she said? I think I wrote it down. Oh yeah, it's right here. She said, who you call dysfunctional, you conniving bitch? I got her face. And you know what Josh said? If you were, I wouldn't spit on you if you were on fire. I did like that line too, actually.
This storyline is just garbage. It's
It's
just garbage.
It's a tire storyline. It's a tire storyline completely.
Just from everything to the teacher's inability to shut that video down. To
I should have closed the laptop. You dumb bitch. Hello. Hello, it's sex on the screen. You know how you're not that old. You could do a lot of she's all just about. Oh, what do I do? And Brian, whoever Brian is, he's like, tick, 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 here you go. I'm like, who does that in real life?
I know, and it's like, yes, I mean, for sure. I've never had anything.
Sure, Frank.
Yes, but if anybody wants to come by and film me and put it out, I'm fine with that too. If you want to do it, it's great. Thank you. I appreciate it. But also, at least, yes, I know the link is out there and you can watch the video in total, but at least what was shown in class, well, nobody wants to see that. It was all, under the sheets stuff that was shown. So
it was. Go ahead. Yes.
Yeah, like nothing was happening. Nothing was happening there.
Nothing was happening. Nothing was happening.
So the thing that it was so annoying and that it took forever, and I don't know why it did, again, was Jocelyn, somebody grew up with Jason, stone cold, and just knowing all about that side of Sonny's operation. But most importantly, though, Spinelli, knowing about Spinelli, that it took that long for her to get together with Carly to go like, oh yeah, we should get a hold of Spinelli. Like, no, come on, that was just ridiculous. That the first phone call is not immediately to Spinelli saying, take this down, find out how it got up there.
I know. I'm like, oh my God. I was like, yeah. So Carly, of course, Carly's the one that makes the,
Yeah.
Oh, they said, Frank, you make tens of dollars, Frank.
Yes.
Tens of dollars. I know. It's so funny because I was like, I put on link sites. I'm like, all right, Pornhub. They went to Pornhub on that fan. Like, well, who cares? They're not anybody. They're nobody. It's like, who would care on Pornhub if they're? I mean, like, I just.
It's the same thing for people that are invested in the nurses' ball. It is like, this is a small charity event in a little city in Upper New York. Nobody cares about it in the bigger sense. George Pinocchio.
Yes.
No matter how cheap I fly across the country to do this, who's going to care about these two young adults having sex in a really weird framed thing? Like, who cares?
Cherie says, I'll drink when Frank likes a storyline. Yes.
Well, you won't be drinking.
We dry this whole time.
Man.
Yeah. Dry the whole time. And thank you. I was on Jimmy Kimmel Live last year. I made history as the first guest in 14 months. He gave me this shirt and many other things. That's why I'm wearing it today. I feel very breasty today, but that's fine. Yeah, no, I just thought, okay, Krista says, I thought the directing on Friday between Elizabeth and Cameron, Jake and Carly, Elizabeth, Cameron, Jake, Carly, and Jocelyn was wonderful. But they were both going back and forth about the story. And I love that. Was it me, Frank? Was Elizabeth giving a little side eye to Jake? It's like she was kind of like, I mean, Carly thought she was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry this happened. Let's figure this out. Elizabeth's kind of like, I feel like she has some judgment in there or something. What was going on?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, well, she's also.
I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, she's also, having dissociative identity disorder and paintings on her own home. Yeah,
she's playing on her son. She's like, her son's creepy Jake's back. She's playing on her son. You think I'm a psycho, don't you? We don't use that word, but yes. No, she didn't say that. But she said we don't use that word, but she wanted to say yes.
That's the unsaid portion of that sentence. We don't use that word, but
basically, yeah.
Just finish that sentence in your head, and you're right there.
Exactly. You're going to a therapist. That's it. His flyaway hairdo from the 70s.
So I don't know, like this storyline with Esme, it is just. So now we're just. I'm tired of having to see other scenes. Like, I would never do this to whoever is saying, Esme, we know you did it. I would never do this. I was just trying to be a friend. Like, I'm tired of seeing those. I hated seeing the scenes immediately right after it happened, and now I'm going to see more. And it's like, ugh, whatever.
Are you impressed though? They didn't believe that Trina did it. Like they were like, they all know that it's like, Esme, you did this, bitch. We know you did it.
The leap that Esme is trying to get them to think is
Right.
that a like a drunk Trina would be so hurt about feeling excluded out of Cameron and Justin's relationship that the way to get back is to videotape them. Like, how's that paying? How's that getting them back? It doesn't track at all. Even if somebody is drunk, it still doesn't track like how they think that's like that would be a viable way. Like, I'm gonna get them back. I'm gonna record them having sex and release it. That'll show them.
Even Johnny was like, now you know she didn't do it, right, Josh? You know she did. Like she was like, no, she didn't do it. Why would she do it? Like, she makes it like, why would she do it? And Josh was like, no, I mean, at first I was like, okay, come on, Josh. I was like, no, she's upset right now. That's all it is. But it's like, no, she didn't do it. She didn't do it. Like, she didn't do it. She didn't do it.
There was a lot of false drama in those scenes where it's like, even with Cameron, you don't think I did it, did you? No, Cameron, chill. You don't think you regretted that night? You wish it never happened? No, Cameron, we don't wish. I still was so happy that night happened.
I know. Josh had to you have a sex tape out there, and your girlfriend has to calm you down. Like, no, I'm glad we effed. It's okay. I'm glad it happened. I'm glad we had sex. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, but boys are stupid. I'm sorry. We're dumb. We're young and dumb. That's who we are. That so tracks for Cameron. Ugh. Yeah. I was like, so they all know Esme did it. I mean, it basically know he did it. And I guess now it's just, but I love it when Ryan's like, I'm tired of your what does he call it? Soror fraternity or something. It was something he called it shenanigans or whatever. It's like, I'm tired of all that. Like, really? You're doing all that right now?
It's so tiresome. And now we're waiting for whatever the shoe to drop where she swaps phones with Trina to make it like, well, see, it came from her phone, so it has to be her. Even her outside the classroom before she even gets going, it's like, this is the last time you're ever gonna have friends again, Trina. Like, it's awful. It's such a stupid storyline. I can't stand watching it.
Many are old and dumb too. That's true, girl.
No,
some are man babies for life.
I'm all down for having some drama within the team cast. Great, yes. And there's always the one troublesome kid that's kind of doing stuff to the other ones. Fantastic, absolutely. Going all the way back to like the Jagger and Karen and Brendan days.
Oh yeah,
great. We got some Jason Quartermain action in there as well. Fantastic. I'm just asking, just write it better. Just please, just write it better.
Just write it better.
That's it, please.
That's what Frank said. Just write it better.
Oh.
So Esme is inserting herself. She's in Port Charles, clearly. So she got several things going on.
Hooray.
Also, we'll just get this one out the way too, kind of.
Before we move on, it's like the one thing I think I like is that if it seems a waste to have John Lindstrom as Ryan be able to be mobile and not have him get out. But what I do like the fact that, he's lost an arm or lost a hand is that we can't do any just like body swap stories. Like, oh, I'm going to be Kevin now. Nobody will ever know.
He can't. Yeah. Well, Esme asked him, well, after all that, what are you going to do? After all, so you break him up and it won't come to you. What are you going to do? He's like, don't worry about that.
Yeah.
Don't worry about that. Don't worry about what's going on over here. I'm grown folks. Don't worry about what I'll do what I want. Like, he's that delusional. He's like, whatever. Don't worry about what I'm going to do. He told me, don't worry about that. She's like, oh, okay. Well, the other storyline that just Sasha and Brando.
Oh,
your buddy Gladys was back.
I tell you, the preview of the day before she kind of came back in full effect.
Yes.
And seeing her, it had been so long that I had forgotten that she was a presence on this show. And I didn't even realize, like, I've just been enjoying this. And then just seeing her in the preview, it's like, oh, man.
I want to tell you guys, Bonnie Burroughs actually watches our show. She loves Frank. She loves that Frank hates her character so much. She tells me all the time. She watches us. So, Bonnie, hello, watching us. You always watch us. She does. She loves our show. Because Frank just hates my character, so I just love it. So, yeah, she's back. But I don't know. I felt this like I agreed with her though on this time. It's kind of like she knows they're both grieving. I was just talking, I was just talking to Lucy. That was kind of funny. When she talked to Carly, it was like, but I get what she was saying though. I mean, I actually agree with her. It's like they're going into this because Sasha doesn't want to deal with anything, and we know they don't know this yet. Homegirl on drugs again. I know.
There is yes, somebody that is so fresh out of recovery and going into the program and working it out. Yes, that is a ripe storyline to explore in this. The fact that nobody has even thought about it to this point, even not even voicing it to Sasha, but voicing it amongst friends. Like, oh, are we worried about Sasha that she might, slip? Should we worry? Are we noticing anything? That seems so weird to me that that's not even like a mention to anybody else. But now we're switching it. It's pills now. It's pills, guys.
Pills.
And it is ridiculous just how it's like every 5 seconds it seemed like Sasha needed to pop another pill.
A pill.
I mean, it was so much.
They weren't going her way, Frank. They weren't going her way.
Oh, it was just ridiculous. This is so great. Excuse me for a second. Let me get a pill. Let me look at it. I got it in my mouth. I don't understand.
And I love that the car broke down. They had to go to a garage that wasn't as good as Brando's garage, of course.
No.
Brando, let me take a look back there since you ain't doing your job correctly. That's not what he said, but that's what he meant. But we can get married here too. How fitting.
Yeah, when I was watching it, joking ahead of time. I was like, well, you don't know this, but I'm also an ordained minister. And then the dude says, oh, hey, guess what? So to give Gladys a little shred of credit, yes, that might be the case as well. That they're
she was right, though. She was right.
But if it's not so much Brando as it is Sasha.
Right.
Which of course, affects her baby boy, my baby boy Brando. Okay. But it's also, yes, why you might not, less which wanted to be literally a helicopter parent and get
literally, yes,
and fly there. Which what I love is that whole conversation with Sonny and Nina and Carly at Sonny's penthouse, where she's, well, then that's fine. I'll run a helicopter. If somebody had told me to go run a helicopter, Frank, go run this helicopter, it would take me a second to figure that out. You're not gonna be able to just open your phone and go like, oh, rent a helicopter. Let's call this up. Think it through, Gladys. Think it through. To even find it, and then it's gonna get you to wherever you think you might be going in Niagara Falls in time to stop this happening. What is that?
I know she was trying to get there. She's a parent trying to get there and save her child. But see, my thing, I always have to go, Carly, if you don't want to run into Nina, then don't go to Sonny's penthouse. You keep running in, you keep rolling your eye. I'm like, you keep going over there. So why you wouldn't see Nina if you didn't go over there? Hello.
Again coming with like manufactured reasons why Carly needs to go over there.
Exactly. So now, the three of them end up agreeing. So I was like, that's the whole point. They all started agreeing. I just got a message, you guys. Former President Barack Obama tests positive for COVID.
Well,
there you go, kids. I just got that. It came through 5 times on my phone. I was like, who's messaging me? It's everywhere.
Yeah, you got to remain vigilant, James Lott Jr.
I know. I'm like, oh my goodness. Crazy. Anyway, so I just think it's the contrivedness of putting Carly always in Sonny's place makes no sense to me. I'm like, I'm over that already. So I'm like, whatever. You walk in on them together, that's your fault. You need to, but the three of them having to come together to talk down Gladys. Okay, that whatever. But I thought Gladys was in the right. I thought she was in the right.
She might have a shred of figuring stuff out, but yeah, she doesn't know the whole story. But I did like when they leave, where Sonny they cut to Sonny's reaction when Carly leaves because like the door slams too loudly.
Yes.
So, and it just the way it goes to commercial, it's just Sonny going like the double take. Like, wow, why was the door slam so loud? And again, no consistency with being announced by Sonny's guard person.
Nope.
No.
Nope. Nope. Nope.
All right.
There's on Bold and Beautiful. There's a non-assistant Lindsay. She's never there, and Sheila's this character. Sheila's a villain just walking in, and they're like, "Where's Lindsay? She was at their desk." And so I suggested to the producer I should play Lindsay because Lindsay's a boy's name too. I have an uncle Lindsay.
That's right.
I said I could one day show up like, ma'am, like he thought it was funny. So it's like I said, it's one of those things that you look at and go, where is the assistant? How's this bitch just walking in and out? Say with you, there's a posted guard the door, but he just lets anybody just walk in. So they said, Frank, can you get me a helicopter? Frank will get you one. He'll get you a helicopter.
I wish, all right, here we go. I'm gonna
on your phone, Frank. Get a helicopter.
Well, as Jamie Lott Jr. says, I'm gonna work it out.
Work it out. So you best believe you'll get your helicopter, kids. You're gonna get to Niagara Falls, bitches.
Here you go.
That's right. Exactly. Oh my god, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So it's one thing that you could book like a helicopter tour, but then also to get one for your own personal use, because your tour is not going to take you to Niagara Falls where you want to go. So you got to get one that's just where you want to go when you want to go. It's not going to be that easy, guys.
Yes.
I get you, Catalina. I know now.
So folks are asking me in the chat room. So because we didn't talk about last. We weren't here last week. New Jordan. So I like her so far. I have nothing against her or for against her. I think she's cute. She's very tall, Frank. I remember those other Jordans being that tall. Other Jordans. I feel like I'm talking about Michael Jordan all of a sudden. The other Jordans seem as tall to me. Am I wrong? Right?
I think the proper term, James, is statuesque.
That's gonna. You're right, Frank. She's very statuesque. Yes. But clearly, but Frank, I want to talk about you. I want to talk to you about this so bad last week because we had this. I'm very excited right now. You understand? I get a little giddy for a few things about Frank, and this is what I'm okay. Frank, here we go, Frank.
All right.
The one scene we got. Jordan walks in on Portia and Curtis. Their new lives are going to build together, buying a house together. Blah blah blah. She steps aside, whatever. That part, whatever. Right? She's like, she wants her man still. Cut to the hospital, and two folks who never run into each other suddenly running into each other. Hello, Miss Henry. It's so good to see you, Cameron, young man. I was like, oh my God, Frank. So she goes. I'm just so sorry about your letter.
Oh,
letter?
Oh,
what are you talking about? I said, Frank, they brought it back up.
That is so bonkers to me that Cameron has been hiding, holding on to this secret guilt, or not even secret, just this guilt for so long that it's just like, oh, thank gosh, I can now finally apologize to you personally. Because I came over as soon as, you were brought to the hospital the first time and, they didn't let me near you. But now I can finally apologize for that letter. And it's not just gone, it's like it's thrown away because it was all waterlogged. And the waitress just threw it out.
The flashback, Frank. I said, they got your flashback, Frank.
Oh.
They brought it back up. So you know what that means, Frank? You know what it means? Do I have to say it? You know what that means?
Say it, James, please.
Jordan. I almost said Donnell. Jordan and Curtis are not divorced.
No, they're not.
They're not. And she can't remember. No, she can't remember. I don't remember. So Stella can't remember. But see, folks, hello, Portia has a secret that she's still sitting on. And when Jordan said to her, I'm just glad not to be in a basement, getting carbon dioxide. I'm like, yeah, Jordan knows the secret.
Yeah.
She knows it. She told her.
So
that's hanging out. And I have many Jordans, all these Jordans. Jordan said, you get a Jordan, All these Jordans. We'll ask Frank that in a second. We'll get to that storyline in a second. I have questions for you. We'll get that in a second.
And at first I would be concerned. I was like, all right, we're not really going to go much anywhere with the storyline because, the actress playing Stella, you saw Bob Hart's Apashola, but we see her in the opening credits, which is great. I love that.
She is. So people, I saw this online too. People think that Jordan and Sonny were flirting. I didn't see it.
I don't know. That scene again is one of those where it's, for sure a way to kind of make it seem like a character is important is to have them kind of like go to Sonny and say, hey, we may have worked in the past, but no more. I'm not taking a blind eye towards anything. And you step out of line and I'm coming for you. Whatever. It's never going to happen. We already know that the PCBD for time immemorium will never get Sonny Corinthos. There's always going to be something that falls apart on that. So these are like empty threats or empty promises to Sonny Corinthos. It was a waste of calories scene.
Yes. Oh, thank you. You heard my song, It's Hot. Yes, I have a song called It's Hot. You can go on YouTube and watch the video. Ooh. I recorded it one day when it was hot. I recorded it.
Yeah, baby.
I saw my song. It's called It's Hot. It's on YouTube, on JLJ Media. It's called It's Hot.
Video?
It's a video. There's a video for it.
Slow-mo shots of you like dousing yourself with like a fire, like a garden hose.
Yeah, it's me squirting mustard into my other hand and wearing a two-piece bikini. Exactly, Frank. I'm kidding, folks. Not at all. Don't all run there now trying to find it. No, there's nothing. Trust me. It's very tame. I don't do horror films. Sorry, I don't do horror films. But yeah, so I mean, so she's back, and she's just she's just
but I feel like we really had to know how Jordan got back. It's like, why didn't you call us? We would have gotten you a ride under. Well, I took a ride share.
I know.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares how you got back here to Port Charles. Just you're here now, and that's fine.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares. But she's back, so she gets her wrench into things, and so we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens to her. I forgot somebody said her name in the chat room. But she's pretty. I like her. She's fine. I have no problem with her. And the other Jordan, Rihanna Nicole Henry just gave birth to a child. I forgot if it was a boy or a girl, but she just gave birth. So congratulations to her.
Look at that. That's great to hear.
She gave birth. I got that. So that's kind of funny. Talking to some of these other. Here's the other one that I'm like. I did laugh when Ryan wouldn't blink for Kevin. he told her he wouldn't blink for me. I couldn't stop laughing. That was kind of funny. They're going, Frank. You and I called it. They're going this direction. So I saw Carolyn Hennessy yesterday, my girl, and we were just saying how she's not on very much. So, but they've tried her out a couple of times this week with Alexis scenes. So I keep thinking, good, because they're friends. Oh my God, they're actually showing them. And I love that she rolls her eyes about Harmony. And so when Alexis invited Harmony to join them, I'm like, she's like, oh, great. But she's a good friend. She didn't like this, whatever. But she was trying to set up Alexis with some dude. He was nobody, whatever. But did it seem like to me, Frank, they're really setting up that she's done with men?
Yeah, I mean, when she said, "Oh, look at what happened with Julian," and then what happened with Neil, what happened with Neil was the stupidest,
I know.
Most wasted character that I've seen in a long time on a soap opera.
I agree.
I mean, even the way just they wrote him out was just abysmal. So to waste, I don't know, that whole character was once Christina deprogrammed storyline was over, that character was unfortunately wasted. Which was a shame.
I agree.
And I felt like there for some time maybe it was going to be set up as like, oh hey, he was actually murdered, and Alexis is going to figure this out. But nope, we're just making it stick as though it's like, yeah, he just had this undisclosed drug problem and OD'd in bed with Alexis. So I mean, I guess she's done with men for right now. So. Okay.
Set up, kids. Set it up. Let's go ahead and set it up. It's going to be Alexis and Harmony, folks. Let's get ready, kids.
Yeah,
get ready.
And it just, I guess I'd be down for that. But like Harmony is such a. Well, I was fine with Harmony until she backed out on telling Willow what the deal was.
Yeah.
It's just.
Harmony is an quiet, Alexa. Alexa, quiet. I said Alexis.
Yeah.
Harmony's such an unlikable character. Oh, 10-4 podcast is in here. Mm-hmm. Shay coming in here. Listen to this. I should have you come on. You can tell what you think. No, but I just think Harmony's such an unlikable character. She's so unlikable. I'm like, I don't like her. And she got a fake birth certificate for her girl. So they can go to France. Like, please go to France tomorrow. Like, please just go. I mean, just Michael and Willow, both of them just like, oh, they just, oh. I mean, I didn't mind Michael with when Brooklyn came back. I like the cousin relationship. I like them.
Yeah.
That's the only time he's likable to me. When he's with her.
But I did like when Harmony goes and pays a visit to Michael and Willow's table at the Savoy.
Yes.
And says, "Oh well, let me know how that goes with you getting your passport." Like who mentions that? I like that's not a realistic conversation that anybody would have.
No.
It's like, keep me up to date on how your paperwork's going. Okay, no. It's I didn't mind Harmony so much because the idea of somebody that did something terrible for sure that she did when she caught up dawn and day, absolutely, but is trying to atone for that, and it's not easy to atone for the terrible stuff that she did. So I didn't mind that so much, but it just when you had a chance to kind of take character, you're kind of slowly arcing it towards like are trying to redeem their past, and then just making it such an absolute like, nope, I couldn't do it. I had to fake my birth certificate for my daughter. So I just feel like it just cuts the character out. I mean, at least Alexis knows about it, so it's not like she's lying to Alexis. But still, it doesn't speak well of any kind of long-term prospects for these two.
I just say, for me, I'm trying to find likable. Like, okay, we have a storyline where I don't like nobody. So it's like I'm trying to figure out. I don't like Michael. Don't like Willow. Don't like her. I'm trying to find somebody I like. I want Nina to win. I want Nina to come in there and take her grandparent rights. I love that Nina did tell Sonny what was going on. I like that Nina stepped up to Willow and said, "Excuse you, bitch. I'm a grandparent and the state of New York. I'm getting me my grandchild. So screw you. I don't mind that because they're so unlikable. Like, Michael, I made a mistake. Like, who cares, Willow? Nobody cares. I'm just like I said, when they splinter off into other things, I kind of like them a little bit. I just can't together. I'm just like, I don't like any of them. They're not likable. I'm like, I'm supposed to like Willow, I guess. I'm supposed to like Michael, I guess.
Yeah, the thing is with Michael is he's had a long enough track record on the show that Eddie already has well-established relationships with other characters, family members or people outside of that.
Right.
That, you can see other sides of Michael and see like, oh yes, all right, he is a decent person outside of the current situations that he's dealing with personally. But Willow, we've never seen any of her, which actually, I'm thankful for that, but none of her nurse training. So we've seen her like getting no like connections with anybody at the hospital. We don't really see her anything other than Michael and talking about Wiley and whatever's going on with her mom. So we really don't see much of anything of Willow outside. The occasional scene with Sasha is what we get.
That's it.
It's tough to be like, yeah, Willow's got a lot of stuff on her own to make her an interesting character outside of anything that's going on with Michael. And I don't think it's there.
And I'm just like, I don't think it's there either. I agree with you. I'm just like, oh.
And
really?
I think my big issue with this is that, they're doing it seems like they're teeing up, at least for everything you might read online, is that they're trying to tee up a major revision to the Nina, Willow, Harmony kind of like who's the real parent of. And it seems like Harmony's going to be the person that just is going to be treated the worst out of that whole dynamic. It's such a rewrite of history that I think you're sacrificing Harmony's character at this, and there's no way that Harmony comes out of this like as like I feel like a decent character. It's nothing to the idea of like putting a knife up to Alexis's throat like they did with Julian,
right?
But it's still gonna be tough to like do anything with this character afterwards.
They did mention AJ. Michael mentioned it to Brooklyn. A little nice mention about what happened with him. And how he took Avery. I forgot about that storyline. I totally forgot about that. He took Avery for a while. I totally forgot about that. He was mad at Sonny, and I remember that for a while. So that was a nice mention of history. I just forgot about that. I was like, oh yeah, I remember that. But yeah, Will's still alive. So is Sasha. Two of Michael's girlfriends are still alive. They're still alive. They ain't died yet.
Yeah, Sasha's alive for now. I could easily see her ODing.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised either if she did. But I said Brooklyn's back. Love me some Brooklyn. So I mean, just when she comes to the door, it's like Amanda Sutton, who plays her, she's just so good. Like she plays that character so well. And I said again, her and Michael are great cousins. I love that I just have this relationship, and they're just honest with each other. Anything that's kind of what do you call it? Anything that's Quartermain related, I'm always happy anyway. I'm so happy. So I like that and they showed other parts of the sets. They have another part. You have another, they're in the kitchen now, a lot more breakfast nook. I like that part.
Yeah, the part I don't like is it's a lot of just manufactured reasons to keep Chase and Brooklyn from being together. It's
Frank, their whole existence was a baby.
There was a lot of connections even before the baby came up. He was over there doing puzzles with Brooklyn. He was always hanging out there. So they had already established that they had a nice kind of rapport. To now set all these up, just like, is he into me? Did he ask about me? Well, what's going on? He's my friend. And what if he's not there? For the way that their arc of their friendship and relationship was going, this is now you're throwing in the soap opera-ness of it, where it's just like, I don't know. I misunderstood that. This is the part that's just frustrating. It's like, come on, GH, you're right there. Just get to the finish line. Instead, you're going to trip and fall like 3 feet away, and it's you're just going to skid the storyline to a halt.
Yeah, I think Frank and I both want them together. That's why that's going to chat. We want them together. Yeah, we want them together. I want Chase and Brooklyn together.
Yes, but GH excels at throwing up these little roadblocks between two characters, and then by the time you get them together, you don't care about it anymore. And it'd be a shame for that to happen, because this is I don't feel any connection with Finn and Elizabeth. So who cares that they're putting their relationship in ice for right now. Yeah, but like Chase and Brooklyn, a great natural pairing. And there's a lot of storyline potential with them once they are together. So stop dragging the heels on this, get them together, and let's start telling stories once they're together.
I agree. Also, Chase has 2 more months. That's also a storyline point. He can't do nothing, so he's neutered. So that just kind of is boring. I just want to say, 56 people watching us live. Thank you very much, everybody. We love that you're watching us live. You continue to make this one of the #1 shows on my network. Thank you so much, Frank, and I appreciate that. 10th Floor Podcast says about the Harmony situation. It'll work if Harmony was saving Willow from bad people when she was stolen.
It's not going to be that, though.
No.
It won't be that. I mean, sure, that'd be great, but I doubt the writers are going to make it seem like that. So
I doubt it too. I love they did that, but yeah, again, I'm siding with Frank on that one. I don't think it's happening there, but I agree with Frank. I want Brooklyn and Chase together. They're great together. You brought Finn and Elizabeth. Might as well talk about them because they're connected to other part of storylines. Asked a little earlier about the boys. So Betsy wasn't the one. We weren't here last week, so Betsy wasn't the one. She was in lockup somewhere for mental problems. So she wasn't the one to do all that weird stuff in that portrait. So we ruled her out. So now we're ruling her out. But now Jake, and they brought up his cast iron past. They brought it up. And I did a whole show last week on Jake's Meeting 30 Things about bad Jake. I miss creepy Jake. I miss him, the one that played him before. He was so creepy. But they brought up his cast iron past and stuff. So it's going, but it also resulted in Elizabeth saying to Finn, and I don't feel anything. I don't feel chemistry between them. I just don't.
No, it's again, it's the reminder. I was a little bit more intrigued at the beginning, but again, the show dragged it out for so long that I'm just like, now I don't care. I have zero interest, and get them back together. Who cares? Keep them apart. Sure, whatever you want to do.
I'm not a big fan. I was like, okay. I mean, they had that one little look when they brought Jake to the hospital and whatever. But so other than that, it's like, I don't feel it. There's more chemistry between Chase and Finn. I mean, not together, but like as brothers. I think like Finn has chemistry with people on the show. But I just don't with Liz. I just don't feel it.
I feel bad. I feel bad for the character of Finn because I just feel that character is incredibly underserved on the show. They keep putting him in these relationships that, for whatever reason, the show never wants to capitalize on.
Exactly.
And then they just fall apart. And you're right. His best relationship is with Chase, but it's like that. I feel like the character deserves more than just having great scenes with his brother.
Right.
He needs something going on. I mean, when we see like a relationship with Curtis or somebody else, it's great to see some other relationships. I'd really love for them to just focus on a storyline with Finn that is not romance related. Just get him out with some other men or somebody else where romance is not the focus. We get to see some other shades of Finn. Please.
Well, folks are agreeing with you, and everybody's it's almost unanimous. They're agreeing. You want Drew Garrett back as Michael? I know Drew Garrett actually, but yeah, he's not gonna do it. This is I just think well that's I don't know what's about them anymore. I don't want them anymore. We want somebody else.
Yeah, whatever it is. Like, thanks Dante for sending a patrol by once an hour. That's cool.
Right,
but
once an hour. I know exactly.
At this point, guys, you got to hit the gas pedal on the storyline.
Yeah. Yeah, the actress playing Jake is fine. Just show him some. I mean, we never see her three boys together anymore. Like, where's Aiden? Like, where is he? And why isn't Lucky back yet? Where's Lucky? Bring his that. Now, I wouldn't mind if they brought back Jonathan Jackson, who I love, or Greg Vaughn, who I love too, and brought them back and had Lucky and Liz trying to fight each other back together. I wouldn't mind that. That I would go for.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm fine with the recast they did with Nicholas. Before I thought like Sally Christopher or nothing. I'm down with the current Nicholas. That's great. So GH, you can recast it yet again and give us another Lucky. That's cool. The track record more often than not is good when it comes to casting and recasting. So
maybe Finch be done with women. Who are you gonna go with? What man you gonna go with?
Yeah.
Felix. What's going over there? We would never see him either. They trot him out. And Frank, I thought of you, Frank. When was the last time we saw Terry and Chet? Was it a month ago when we was Valentine's Day? Frank and I called it. It was all they trot him out for those 2 episodes. I haven't seen him since.
We'll see one name check from Elizabeth having a scene with Terry. Like, oh, things are going so well with Chet. But that's all we'll get. We'll just get a name check.
Yep.
Maybe the 4th of July, because there's always the scenes in the park.
Oh yeah,
watching fireworks. We'll see Chet there for a hot second with Terry.
Yes, I know Greg Vaughn's on contracted days again. I hate his character. I hate Eric over there. I hate that character. Boring. And no, I don't want Jacob Young as Lucky. I didn't like him as Lucky, so I know he won an Emmy for it. And I love Jacob Young. Period. I'm not a fan of his Lucky. We'll find somebody. Let's find somebody new. Like you said, just find somebody new to do it to. If Jonathan Jackson won't come back, which we know. I mean,
but I feel like you're right, because the Spencers need a younger family member in there.
Right, they do.
They need the. I don't want like necessarily Luke, for the modern age, but you just need that kind of vital Spencer young male dynamic injected in there.
I agree. I totally agree. I mean, if they won't keep Ethan on the show, I'd love to have Ethan.
That would be great too.
Be great. He's a Spencer. I'm gonna do it. Jeff Branson is Lucky. I like that. It's a great choice. Where's Jeff Weber? Who knows? Who knows what Jeff Weber is? That's the question. Where is he?
Because you're right, and James has mentioned this many times too. It's like the show has brought this up so often that clearly the show doesn't care about it at this point. They just want to get like the name check to history. Like, oh hey, remember Jeff Weber? But we're never getting.
That's it. They never bring him on. Like they don't bring him on. It's like they keep mentioning him every 6 months. They mention him. Like that's it. At this point, they should have brought him on. At this point, I think it's. And I don't think Hayden's come back either, kids. I think you guys want Hayden action. I don't think anytime soon either. There's not. I don't think they're invested.
Yeah,
I could be wrong, but I don't think they are.
No, and I mean that would be the only thing that I could see you could possibly pair Finn with for that, but who knows?
I thought of Frank on this storyline too.
Oh God.
We mentioned there's one group. We have the Laura, Ava, Nicholas, all those folks over there, looking at Anna, my God, it's a bunch of Robert, all the older folks staring at Victor. Now we got this other side. We got Britt, Dante, Maxie, Sam, Drew. We got to figure this out. So they come up with a plan, Frank. I thought of you the whole time. They came up with a plan, a fake tarot card. Somehow his Peter's remains had to come. I mean, folks, it pains me to say Peter's name, I know, but it's still in the past tense, so it's fine. So they have Peter's box get delivered to Britt, which I thought for sure they still do the math. I thought his whole thing would be Maxie because he's so controlled, but that's whatever. I have no feeling for that one or the other. But they put together a plan, Frank. What did you think, Frank, with the plan?
The plan was fine, for the potential pitfalls of it. Like, oh wait, it's already been delivered. Peter's effects have already been delivered to Britt, and she's at the meth record right now. We've got to get over there. All that was fine. Then Victor showing up. The part that was just cheesy was just the staged fight between Britt and Maxie about Peter's.
I loved it. I thought it was hilarious.
It's a guys, you're at 11. Let's drop it back down to like a 7 on this this faux. No, give it to me. Give it to me. Oh, we dropped it. Oh,
I loved it. I did. I loved it though. I thought it was like, they actually like, I don't know what we just did, but that was fun. They were like, that was fun. I thought it was kind of funny, a little over the topness.
Yeah, but it's like, that's the moment where Victor, if you're not gonna write him at the top of his intelligence all the time, like that's stupid on you guys, GH, because anybody watching that altercation would think like, wait, this is too easy. This is way too easy.
Way too easy.
But they're playing it like Victor's like, well, I've got this card now and I'm good.
I know. So they're on the case trying to work that side out too, and trying to, So I'm just wondering if it will all come together at this if the vow renewal will become the thing. I wonder. Because Spencer's getting out soon. Because Spencer's getting out soon, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's tough figuring out soap opera time in terms of real world time, because there's already been a few weeks that he's been in there, so he should be more than halfway done. But who knows what time has been like in the world of Port Charles as we've been watching.
That's true too. That's just true. Who knows? Time is a whole other thing construct there.
Yeah.
But meanwhile,
but one thing is, I do like the idea of everybody kind of working together, these odd, unusual pairings of characters. Cool. So, and now I guess Laura's not going to Austria. I mean, it's just going to be Anna and Felicia. So, which. I mean, this might tie into some of your other stuff, so I'll save going into it deeply. But let's way to evolve Mac as a character by just keeping it like just me, man. You will
neuter. He's neutered though. He's neutered. I know. Come on, get Mac something. Come on, get Mac a little something. Bring him back and you neuter him.
Yeah, I mean, understandably, he's got a gunshot wound or anything, but it's just like at least an emotional growth for this character. The fact that he's still like hovering over Maxie's relationship choices. Well, if Austin gets out of line after Gatlin Hole, I'll squash him like a bug. This woman has had 3 kids by 3 different men. So, you're kind of like parenting is, Mac, I know you're there for them, but dial it back. This lady's made lots of choices in her life and everything's been going on. So where's this coming in? Like, I'll squash him like a bug. Come on, Mac. I love you, Mac. He deserves better than this.
That's your buddy. I know that's your buddy. That's Mac. I just want to say something, folks. Somebody's bringing there. There's a rumor John Stamos was coming back. That was a long time ago. That rumor's been out there for years. John Blackie is still in jail. He ain't come back to the show. They mentioned that so many times over the years. It ain't never happened. I agree with you, Frank, on that. So, but also what we got going on too is, I lost my train of thought here. Where is it? Oh, at the same time, Austin and Maxie are going full, just going in with a side of Liesel. The side of Liesel coming in there.
This already the can you, is there a way you can help me dispose of Peters, this box of Peters? Like, have you heard of a garbage can? You
Yeah,
just
no,
throw it, like, this is way manufactured reasons to try to bring characters together. It's like, I have a box of stuff that I don't care about for somebody I don't care about. Okay,
right.
garbage can, throw it in, and I'm done. I don't understand why they're doing this. Uh, the the Maxi Gatlin Holt stuff. I mean, I think most people would see like, oh, we're seeing more chemistry between Britt and Austin Holt, or Austin Gatlin Holt, than Maxi. So I don't know.
But see, I don't see it. So I actually like Maxie and Austin. I don't like Britt and Austin. I don't. But for Maxie to be pushing Britt to like Dayton, I'm like, bro, you guys understand? I know time is doing, but she was in Jason, and Jason died. She feels some way about that. Felicia's also right on some. I hate to say Felicia's right on anything, but she's right on some character part of it too. Is that Max? Are you sure? Are you ready to start dating? Really? Like you're really? Like, are you sure? Are you sure? You don't want to take a second and like evaluate all your relationships because they're all kind of bad. I mean, like, oh my goodness. I know this is a soap thing, folks. This is a total soap. This is not General Hospital only or specific. It's a soap thing. Very few soaps that anybody be by themselves. I get that part of the allure of soaps is romance, right? It's pairings. Totally get it. There's one soap opera that's Young and the Restless that has kept an A-list major actor on the show single for this long, and I'm very shy. He plays Peter Bergen plays Jack. He's been single for a long time. I kind of like that. It's like, why are we having to automatically get them to relate? It's like they've gone through these extraordinary things that happen. It's like, I get it. It's like, oh, it takes some time. Why are we all so just like, come on, girl, get back out there. Come on, girl, get back out there. For some characters. For some, yeah, you've been out for a long time, it's fine. But she lost her man a few months. Well, we think it's a few months ago. I don't know how long ago now it is now. But it's just weird phrase. But I know it's a soap trope it's all about you gotta be in a relationship.
No, it's trying to think. And if you're looking at Britt and Maxie, two different characters. I mean, Britt is somebody that it is hard for her to open up to somebody. The Huntington's diagnosis aside, but just that, she was more just the snarky, the britch. So to get her to a place where she found somebody that she could genuinely open up to and feel a connection with, and have that person be a part of like this really intimate part of her that she's never shared with anybody else other than her mother. I would think like, it might be tough to want to, open yourself up or pursue that kind of thing again right away. But to your point too, and I agree, is that and this goes to my Finn thing, is that their characters are more than just relationships or romantic relationships. They also have many other relationships in their lives too. And so sometimes it'd be great to see a soap not focus so much on trying to pair up a character other than, hey, tell me a storyline about these two friends doing something. And it's not related about romance in either one of their lives. So I'd like to see more of that stuff too.
This is live TV, so another thing. Oscar winner actor William Hurt died, 71.
Oh wow!
Great actor. No, really great. Kisses a Spider Woman and just a lot of stuff. He's a great actor. Man. Yeah, 71 years old. Wow, that's not that old. So yeah, he just passed. So yeah, okay, I get that news. I guess it's fine. Whatever. I mean, Maxie, it won't go smoothly. We know that already. And Austin Gatlin Holt, we still don't know. He has a brother out there, has autistic, right? We have a brother out there. We don't know what's going on other than that. Who knows what else skeletons going to come up for him? And Maxie's trying to get used to her daughter, and so I mean, I don't know.
It seems I saw somebody on soap opera Twitter. The little bits that I kind of see on my timeline as I'm scrolling by, just feeling like Roger Howarth is being wasted in these scenes, and I mean, I'd be hard pressed to disagree. It's just he's capable of more. They really haven't done much with Austin, and it's interesting to think of him being Franco and being so much more involved in the show to now being Gatlin Holt and not having much going on.
Another thing I never noticed how Frank, I never noticed before until they actually had this funny little line from 2 weeks ago. Miss Miller. I didn't realize Diane and Harvey have the same last name. That was hilarious. That was hilarious. They have the same last name.
I did not realize that.
Miss Miller. I thought that was hilarious in Lex's office.
The recasting of Harmony for that one day this past week.
Oh yes.
Oof. And not the strongest recast.
No, not at all. Not at all, kids. Also, as we were gone a couple weeks ago, I just want to mention Frank is very forthcoming. Yes, Frank is that's one of the words he's called. I mean, just say it out loud. That's out loud.
That's the more polite F word I'm called. I'm usually called a lot more worse F words.
Shorter F words, very much shorter.
Yes.
Than that. Since we weren't here, I was curious. I'm sad that Sean's leaving.
Agreed.
You told TJ he has to move to San Francisco. I feel like they, again, a waste. They built it all up, and that's it.
Yeah. I think there's definitely more potential with that character. That aside from any potential relationship with Alexis aside, clearly the show's not interested in doing that with Alexis at the moment, but there's still plenty of other stuff you can do with Sean. So it's a shame. I thought it would have been nice to just grow the number of Black characters you have there in Port Charles just doing stuff.
And another thing, just quickly, speaking of Black folks, I don't like Marshall. He's not likable either. They're not making us like him, but now he's going to work for Drew because Drew and Curtis are on a CSI mission.
Because he's going to have to disclose all his stuff on the employment form, and then we'll really find out what his deal is. Great. We just need to move to the next step. I mean, I feel like at least with Marshall, the reason that we don't like him now is that all these walls are still up. We still don't know all the details. So at some point, things are going to get revealed. The walls will come down, and then we can decide if we like Marshall or not. But I feel like for right now, it's easy to not like him because we don't know much about him, and that's just a deliberate choice by the show, which again just goes back to what GH likes to do. I like to bring a character on, make them extremely likable up top. They're like, why is this character around? And then they flip and show you whatever's going on with this character. Way after you've stopped caring about this person, then they decide to say, oh, no, but here's what's really going on. Well, now what do you think? You should like this character now. Like, I would have liked that if you would have told me that up front.
And we got Stella keeping secrets, clearly.
Come on. That she deserves much better material than she's getting on here. If you're getting somebody of that caliber coming in to play Stella, let's give her more. And the show has in the past. There have been great scenes. That's still that family therapy session between Curtis, Jordan.
That was so good.
Holy cow! There is great stuff that she can absolutely knock out of the park. So please do not give me scenes about Cameron apologizing for a watered down, thrown out envelope. That's what you're going to give me with her?
It made me smile. I thought of you, Frank. It made me smile.
Oh, yeah.
I said, Frank's going to love that one. And I agree, actually. I saw some chemistry between Drew and Portia. They had a little drink a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
I was like, they probably, because they got to set something up because Curtis and Jordan are not divorced. The secret's out there. I don't mind her landing on Drew. I don't mind them landing together. I don't mind that.
I'm good with that. I really enjoy the Curtis Drew relationship, but the one thing that it does bother me is that their go-to story of like, oh yeah, we're such good friends. It's the stupid getting into the garbage can and looking at finding a rat. Like that is their one. That's their one story. It's like, come on, guys. You got to have more than just that one story.
That's their story. They're sticking to it.
Oh my gosh, that's like a story that only the people that were actually in that moment care about. Anybody else hearing that story is like, who cares? Why did you waste my time telling me that story?
And I thought of Frank also this week from 2 weeks ago. They built a new set and used it all week long for various characters. Axe throwing. There were so many scenes at the axe throwing thing. It was like they just put one person out, no person came in. Two people leave. I mean, we have a good. Let me tell you, folks, who was there. We had Olivia, Carly, and Sam. We had Liesel and Anna. We had Dante and Sam. I mean, that set was used all week.
That leave it to GH to come about 3 years too late to like axe throwing and have their characters act like it's the first time that this has ever been introduced in society.
Oh yeah.
When Carly gets there and it's like, are we doing this? Like, guys, people, have you not been on social media? There have been many people that have just hung out axe throwing for years. So come on, GH. You know, I'm all down. Like, if you want to do that, that's a fun scene in and of itself. But please do not insult our intelligence by treating it like have your characters reacting like it's the holy cow. This is something new. Please. So, I mean, because even the way GH operates, they're shooting 3 or 4 weeks ahead of us now, I think, with even anything that was hot in the moment is probably going to be just on the cusp of not being that hot by the time you'd actually shoot it. Don't do something like axe throwing that's been 3 years around. Find whatever's going on now, and then feel like you're of the moment. So that said, the Liesel Anna stuff was interesting, and I'm curious to see what the show does with those two going forward.
I agree, because they haven't thrown them together off and on, and they've come to like the shared past of just a lot of stuff, and and they've done a great job with Liesel, first of all, and the character with Kathleen Gotti, obviously, that's our buddy. We know her, and I think it's a lot to do with her, just her portrayal of this character. That remember she was evil when she first started. She was evil. Now she's morphed into this person, like it's almost naturally, it's this person who has evil sides, but also has heart and soul. Things drive her. So I was like, they did a great job with her, the character. I like it.
No, I mean, that is a character that it pays off for the show. Is where that's why you can keep this character around. You've made this character multifaceted. You've taken it from just the kind of arch evil person that she was. You introduce a family, you introduce Nathan, and you start seeing more human emotions come from this character, to now where you see her relationship and a protective nature with Maxie and her feelings towards Nina and Britt and their kind of closeness over the Huntingtons. So you've just made her to now the point where it's like you're genuinely excited to see her in a relationship with Scotty, where you're like, all right, cool. I'm down to see Liesel and Scotty together. Something you might not have ever said years and years ago about Liesel.
I love the fact that Nina and Britt had a talk, and they're still close cousins, and we close. Britt meeting, Louise for the first time. I mean, it's like there's a little family there. The women, there's this whole family of women that actually, to me, it works. It completely works.
And it is interesting between, say, Alexis and Harmony and Anna and Liesel, where Anna and Liesel can sit there and talk, and Anna being upfront, it's like, we're not going to be friends. Just given our past and what you've done to my daughter, I'm never going to. Yes, I'm not going to do that. But I figure like we could find some way to just peacefully coexist together, and we'll start there. And Liesel like saying, "All right, cool. All right, I made my offer. You countered, and I'm cool with where we're going to fall, and we'll go from there." Different than the Harmony Alexis stuff, where it's just like, "Oh, hey, you know what? I'm also like really down to maybe possibly get with you. So, who cares what? I mean, my daughters, yes, I know, but if they're cool with it, then I'm going to get freaky with you, Harmony. Let's do it."
Looking forward to those scenes. Ugh. But yes, I think, yeah, I know to go with that. I'm like,
Oh no, but I just think the Liesel and Anna scenes are showing just just the way to tell a relationship between two characters with kind of troubled history and how to move them forward. And I feel like those are done much more successful than the Alexis Harmony was.
Last thing before we go, because I gotta go lay down, folks. I'm tired from yesterday. It's been an hour and a half we've been talking. I'm like, you guys, I'm ready to lay down. But I have to mention just because it was a major storyline the week before, I carried into this week. And that's the mention of Courtney. I don't know, Frank, I was shocked. They never mentioned Courtney ever. That was interesting. They brought her as a plot point, so to speak. I mean, I know the mention, of course, named after her. She's Spencer's mother. They never met. They really went all out. They went all out to mention her, to have Spencer at the gravesite with Trina showing up and having a little moment. Like everything was just like centered around her. It's very interesting.
Yeah, I mean, and Carly's reaction. She was my best friend. She was my best friend. I mean, the Metro Court. Did you know the Metro Court is named after her?
Yes.
She was my best friend.
Yes.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, I guess keeping Spencer away from Nicholas, her and Jax after that was born. I guess that's the way you pay homage to your best friend.
Right.
I was never a fan of her father.
Never a fan of Courtney. I was never a fan of Courtney's character. To me, I was never a fan of her. So, and Sonny, you weren't close to your sister either. So all of a sudden you're like, yeah, I missed her. I'm like, you weren't close to her either.
No.
But he was close to Spencer. That part was true. He wasn't close to Carly. He wasn't close to Courtney. I'm like, oh, they weren't close. They messed up the dates on her grave. Okay, I didn't really pay attention. But yeah, Metro Court, it's court after her. Yes, that's right. I remember that. Metro Court. And her and Carly were friends. They were friends on some level. I mean, they were friends on some level, I guess. But
there you go. Sure.
I don't know. Everybody's bad, Frank. I can say on this show, everybody does everybody wrong. You turn your friends on some point. I'm gonna turn on you at some point. That's how it works. At some point.
I welcome it. I'm excited.
You're welcome. So you would. Frank would when we turn on him, he'd get all happy.
I know it. Here it is.
James just turned on me. I knew it was gonna happen. But they all do on this show. All these shows. I mean, it's everybody's had a bad past. That's how it is.
Just so I could be able to say, now I'm living in a soap opera. Huh.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, and Portia and Curtis bought Jax's house, so I guess Jax is gone.
Yeah. Jax had to get this off the market. It was could be just giving it free to Brooklyn and Chase. I mean, he's got to make a profit. He's a businessman after all.
Give it to Jocelyn. You can live here. Why live in the dorms? Live here at the house.
Yeah, it's which for all the. I mean, I guess she didn't know, or he didn't know, is that for all the time that Sonny was so dead set on buying that property and never did, that Lucy was able just to get it sold out from underneath him. I hear a certain mobster might be interested in this.
Yes, folks. I have a Metro Court mug. I have one. They brought it. Yes, I have a Metro Court mug.
I'm always going to refer to it now, just to do respect, as the Metro Courtney.
Metro Courtney. I love it. The Metro Courtney.
You can't just call it Metro Court, guys. That's just being this, doing a disservice to that character. Metro Courtney.
Courtney. You guys are absolutely correct. Frank, I have something to tell you. I'm Faison. No. That's what he said in the chat room. No, I'd be Gladys. I have something to tell you. I'm Gladys. No. That will kill Frank.
Yeah.
Faison won't phase him that much. It's if I was Gladys or who else you hate so much on the show? Who else you hate on the show? I can't remember who else you hate on the show.
I mean, Esme's not doing me much these days.
I have Esme. Okay, yes, that'd be kind of crazy. But yeah, no, it's because they have their own private dock at that house. Oh my god! But they have no boat though.
Yeah. Maybe that's Curtis's next big storyline is buying a boat.
Because Portia's like, does a boat come with it? They're like, no, don't come with it.
What else did you buy? Come with the boat? Okay.
I was like, come with a boat. I'm like, no boat come with it. So yes, that's fine. Okay, we're done, kids. We're done. I'm done. We're all done. James, it's 2:43. I'm gonna lay down in my garden and fall asleep in the tulips and wake up tomorrow. That's what I'm gonna do.
Look at that.
I can't do it anymore. I had a long day yesterday at that event, and it wore me out, kids. It's been 2 years. 2 years ago, this next week, the world changed. It did. And for us in Los Angeles, they locked down everything. It was next week, the 17th, the St. Patrick's Day is when it changed.
That's true. Yeah. I mean, my life changed. I mean, for the better for this. I know that was not the case for everybody, but
yeah, no, you and I are very fortunate. I was at AfterBuzz TV this week, 2 years ago. I did a Star Wars show with Ryan and Steph Sabra. And then I was like, see you guys next week, and then that was it.
Oh wow!
I said, see you guys next week. We did our next show on Zoom. That's one of the first times I used Zoom was through AfterBuzz.
Yeah, me too. Because I was doing Legends of Tomorrow at that time.
Yeah. See, I did, but they were doing Star Wars on a Thursday. It was like a Thursday doing Star Wars, and so it was Mandalorian season 1, and so I come in and I was like, yes, I'm the Garth father, and that was the whole thing. I come in, my voice, the whole thing, and Steph Sabra said she was the daughter of Chewbacca. We always had fun on that show. But that was the last show I ever did in public. Isn't that crazy?
Wow.
So I didn't even. That was it. I literally, it was 2 years ago, Frank. That was the last show I did in public in the studio.
But I know you'll be doing James Lott Jr. live from the General Hospital Convention next weekend. So
I will not be there, folks. But folks will be there, I'm sure. I will not be there. I have my reasons why I don't go to that thing. I'm sure you'll have a good time. I'm sure I don't care. Shady Sunday. Hope they have a good time. Edition Day is just starting in 15 minutes. It's their show back in the Zoom sphere. They had a live show last week. They're back in the Zoom sphere, so you can check out there. But we'll be back, of course, next week. And Frank and I and John Duffy will be here on Wednesday talking about Boba Fett or whatever we feel like we talk about on that show now. We talk about whatever we want on the show now.
There you go.
That's how it works. That's on Wednesday night at 8 p.m. And my series Jet Boy was a hit. The first episode was a huge hit for us. Thank you. It's a take on Air Boy, which is an actual comic. So the new episode comes out on Wednesday. So check out episode 2. If you haven't, go back to episode 1 on all audio systems. And Frank, where can they find you if they want to talk to you?
I mean, Twitter, Instagram. You're probably not going to want to talk to me, but for some reason, if you make a lot of wrong life choices, and you're like, well, I may as well talk to this guy because I'm at this point in my life. Find me on Twitter, Instagram at Happy Go Jackie.
Oh my God! And I'm James Lott Jr., of course.